What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Fantasy Football Game Show presented by Front Yard Fantasy. I'm your host, Simon, joined as always by my wildly handsome and one sip tipsier co-host, John Luke Garofalo. What's up, JL?
I'm so lit right now, as the parents say.
One sip of summer shandy and JL.
And I am gone. I'm stoned.
Oh boy, look at that buzz stone you got going on. Guys, also joining us today, we got Captain Joey Wright and Tim Wright, your favorite Wright brothers of the FYF fam. What's up, guys?
Oh, I can do that. Hey, listen, it's my second day in my 40s, and I went out and bought a boat. So let's go.
Wow, it just checks out. You turn 40, you either have to have a boat or some sort of shirtless.
I thought they just gave you the boat when you turned 40.
I don't know. I woke up, the shirt was on. I don't own it. It's crazy. Turning 40. Yeah. The hat too. Yeah.
You took it off before you went to bed and woke up and it was back on
and
again.
It's all gray under the hat now too. I don't know what's going on.
He's got penny loafers on and he can't get them on.
I might get possessed by a demon. I don't know.
Am I finally the captain?
Guys, we also have another guest joining us today, coming back to help us out with some brackets that maybe we needed some help on. We got our friend Coop with us, aka Coop A Fiasco on Twitter. For those of you that do not know Coop is the lead NFL analyst over at Fantasy Alarm. He was a finalist for the FSWA Football Writer of the Year. He's a host over on the Fantasy Alarm podcast, Fantasy Football Besties, Lightning Round Fantasy, and according to at least one YouTube commenter, is a snake oil garbage salesman. We are hyped to have you.
That checks out.
Yeah, that was actually Reddit commenter. Hey, that's the nicest dude on Reddit.
That is seriously a sweetheart. That dude's
the nicest Redditor. Yeah, the people here in the FYF chat, they probably remember me from such shows as Poll Perception, and the second time I did Poll Perception, and the third time I did Poll Perception, and the subsequent 5 or 6 times. Imagine this is like a secret Poll Perception sneak attack.
Oh my God, can we do that one time? Like a bait and switch?
Oh my, how funny would that have been for today's brackets? We tell them we're talking tight ends and fast food mascot battle royale, and it's just Poll Perception.
No tight end people were surprised by this twist.
I wouldn't even be mad.
Vote in the chat.
I'm all for a bit, even if it's an hour of my time.
Even if it's an hour of my time is the cost.
I think the chat is ready for today's brackets. We got a squad in here ready to go. Craig in the chat says it is only fitting to have a photo of jail with a grimace of sorts on his face for the show today. I wonder why that's relevant. We got Dustin in here saying they should start with the mascot battle royale today. We got to build to it, Dustin. You know how this show works. We got Dr. Vig in the chat. What's up? Welcome in. Glad to have you in here, my man. And Scott in the chat saying happy Friday. Welcome in, Scott. Glad to have you here. And Jay letting you know, Scott, check your Twitter DMs. He sent you some feet pics and they expire. It's a new feature. He will delete those messages if you don't check them and give him some affirmation that he's got pretty feet within the next 30 minutes.
Do they have scratch and sniff DMs now? Or no?
Ooh, they should.
If not, we're going into business.
Hey.
You know what? If Twitter doesn't have it, we do own rotofeet.com. We can make a scratch and sniff fantasy football analyst foot library on there if we would like to.
Joey, now that your feet are stuck in those loafers, you're out, man.
Yeah, sorry, man.
Oh, but
gotta be able to see your feet.
We need to be able to see those beauties. Sorry, buddy. Please turn in your Hawaiian shirt at the end of the show. Also, dude, can I just point out, Simon, you had enough time to get us a Hawaiian shirt.
I don't own one.
Plenty.
You
don't own one. You know how you remedy that?
Okay, but JL,
you buy one.
Yeah, and you know what that takes? Money. I'm poor. I'm a poor boy.
I will Venmo you right now for a Hawaiian shirt.
At the expo. Yeah, I'll pitch in. Can we get a GoFundMe going?
Yeah.
Hawaiian shirt fund.
At this point, I feel like
come up with a sad story.
I found a beautiful one at an artisan market near my house, but it is $180, and that's the one I want.
Okay,
that's such a Simon move, dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can only buy $180 one. You can only buy
Will has them.
Simon might experience a tragedy at some point in his life. You should just donate now and get ahead of it.
Simon's like the kid that's like, I couldn't do my homework because I couldn't afford a $130 fountain pen. Sorry.
I'm also the kind of guy, if I've got like an hour for a task that takes 10 minutes, I'm like, it's not enough time. I need at least 3 hours just in case. Like, I do not want to feel rushed here. So I need to be generous with the time, with the money. I over budget for everything right here. Mr. Scampers in the chat. Hi. 4 highs from Mr. Scampers today. What's up? Welcome in.
Hi.
And we got Dave in the chat. Team Simon, always and forever, man. meeting Dave, hearing that in person, walking up again was just like this
So
surreal experience to meet Dave. One of the highlights of the conference.
I felt the love ripples just float around.
Truly, like,
did he throw $2 Canadian at you?
No, he did not.
The money is already pouring in. This has now become a Hawaiian Shirt Fund podathon. Thank you for tuning in.
All super chat donations will go to the Simon Hawaiian Shirt Foundation.
And guys, I promise if I get one, I will leave it unbuttoned. That's a promise for me. If you buy me a Hawaiian shirt, you'll get to see all the chest hair poking out on that front. Scott, what's up? Welcome and glad to have you in here. And Dr. Big wants to know, is this going to be a fight between breakout tight ends and fast food mascots? And maybe at the end, we put the winner of each against each other and see who would come out on top. It might just be insulting to our tight ends, though, for being honest.
Hey, Vig, are you a real doctor? Can I send you a picture? Answer in the chat whenever you have a chance.
I wouldn't fight Jelani Woods with all y'all guys.
We got some Grimace gang in the chat already going right here. And Jay said, I'm not saying there's a hidden picture of Grimace in the thumbnail, but I'm also not saying it. So
damn it.
Is there?
Jay is known for hiding things in those thumbnails, so I would not doubt that he's got
been a Betty White in every single one since last year.
Yeah, I promise, guys, today, just so everyone knows I'm a big Evan Ingram guy, big Grimace guy. I promise to be completely unbiased today. I'm absolutely capable of doing it.
You son of a bitch liar. You're an absolute liar. Look at that. Look at that.
Completely capable.
Yeah, that's a face of a truther.
You also have lead poisoning now.
Yeah. This is definitely not regulation, dude.
Do not put
this is actually made
in your mouth.
It was made with the gasoline that had lead in it.
Hell yeah.
Craig. So shout out. Craig is the one who got me this, dude, and it's definitely a McDonald's toy from like the 80s. So
Dustin wants to know if the FYF crew were McDonald's mascots, who would be who? That's
a great question.
Oh my God. Just get it over with. I'm Ronald McDonald. I accept.
I think Tim and I might be the Fry Kids. Like together. Like I
don't know. Tim's got Hamburglar written all over.
You're right. Tim does have Hamburglar written all over.
Simon, I feel like this had to have happened with you, but didn't we meet the person whose like dad was the Ronald McDonald clown?
I have no idea what you're talking about. Like
not
story. Even
maybe it was someone else I was talking to whose dad was the actor who played Ronald McDonald clown for all those years. And I have no recollection of where I heard that story. But I talked to someone who did.
Go on the McDonald's wiki and start clicking on random characters because they get even scarier. Holy shit. Grimace has an uncle. There is an uncle of Grimace. He is an Irish green Grimace. That is the uncle of the Grimace. That is
got a drinking problem.
That is scary right there. We'll think on those.
Shamrock shakes.
I appreciate that Jay used the official Grimace emoji in the chat. That purple one. I want to see a lot of those Grimace emojis out there today. We need your support. They clearly stuffed the ballot box by putting 5 people on the show. I don't think I know what you're doing.
We all don't
over
fit
there.
in this little box.
Tim Wright, Hamburglar.
Ryan.
Simon is Rex Ryan. He's almost like a McDonald's character. He could,
like, I
would not be shocked if there was a commercial with the whole gang and Rex Ryan was just part of it. Like it would just fit in entirely. That's a win right there, Dave. And also, Dave, thank you so much for contributing to the Simon Shirt Fund. We are so close right there. If I tell them it's Canadian dollars at the store, they'll probably give me a discount. Everyone knows those are worth more. NBA News said Tim's Crimson Color shirt, absolutely smashing it with the pineapples right there. We got Dr. Vigan here saying, speaking of pole perception, as much as I love alliteration, was there a lost opportunity in not calling it Front Yard Fantasy Family Feud, even though it's not Family Feud? We got to leave that door open. We got to leave that door open for something else, right?
What would we have named Fantasy Feud then?
Not Fantasy Feud, probably.
Okay, yeah, naturally. We haven't played Fantasy Feud.
Honestly,
in a long time.
not Pole Perception's a pretty good name for a show.
It is.
And Scott said, I asked Siri what McDonald's mascots the FYF crew would be, and she responded, sir, this is a Wendy's.
Your phone's working.
Welcome to Chili's. Guys, we're going to go ahead and pull up this first bracket and get started. Before we do that, though, a couple reminders. Number 1, if you're not following our guest, Coop, go and fix that right now. He's on Twitter at Coop A Fiasco. And you know what? He is so much better than a snake oil garbage salesman, even though that's a great description. He's one of our favorites in the business and an awesome resource for you guys as we're heading into this season. So make sure you're following him over there. After you do that, if you're watching this and you're enjoying it, and even if you're not, I'm going to demand this. Hit that like button to make sure you subscribe to our channel at Front Yard Fantasy. if you're watching and it's 2:12, you've made it 12 minutes in and you're not enjoying this, then there's like some self-hatred going on, and we still deserve a like. We deserve a like, and you deserve therapy. So let's get that going. And then, guys, after you do that, we are going to be live this evening as well at 6 p.m. Eastern time, 2 hours after this show ends, over on the FanDuel YouTube and Twitch channels, playing some more games with our friend Tim down there. Tim's going to be on there with us today, so make sure you come and hang out. You get a double dose of Tim Wright on this Friday.
Tim, you play with us?
You got to pay extra for that.
I do. Yes. Sometimes I do, though.
We've got Linda in the chat. What's up, Linda? Linda said I actually unfollowed Coop today for being a snake oil garbage salesman.
It's a common misconception.
Hi, Linda.
If you don't need snake oil garbage, then it makes sense. It's just a misunderstanding.
Yeah, maybe.
Plus, I've already sold it to everybody with that
That's
tight
true.
end trash I sent out
there. Mike said, smart choice, Linda. He sucks. But Dave's saying vouch. He's vouching for it. You got Dave in there there. Guys, let's go ahead and pull up this first bracket. Our first bracket that we're looking at today is not Mascot Battle Royale. It is our 2022 breakout tight ends.
Football.
So these are not necessarily sleepers, but these are guys, when we're talking breakouts, we're talking guys that are going to take that next step, like elevate themselves up a tier or two, where maybe we're talking about them in that range with like a Mark Andrews next season. Know what I mean? So we're talking about, can these guys break out? Can they elevate themselves to where they are more valuable going into next season? We're talking about them in a different tier entirely. Coop, I think we're going to start you out up top here with our first matchup. We've got Cole Kamet versus Hayden Hurst. Which one of these guys is your preferred breakout tight end?
Dude, my brain is fried because I'm like 7 pages deep in pictures of Uncle O'Grimacy right now on the other screen. Like
Uncle O'Grimacy is his name.
That's his name.
100% is. 100% is.
So Irish.
Just quick background on the stuff I do. I breakout tight ends is my number one thing. So I love that you guys have me on here. One of the things that we look for in breakout tight ends, guys that can be top 5 in fantasy football, is being a top 2 target on their team. Every top 5 tight end in PPR, going back to Randy McMichael in 2003, has had either 90 targets or 10 plus touchdowns, and very few of them get there on the touchdowns alone. So you need those 90 targets. You basically need to be a top 2 target on your team. Cole Kamet last year had 93 targets already, right? Playing behind Darnell Mooney, and now they replaced Allen Robinson with what? Velus Jones Jr.,
N'Keal Harry,
the dinosaur, N'Keal Harry, Byron Pringle. Like, to me, Cole Kamet is like the quintessential breakout candidate. Hayden Hurst, how many injuries away is he from being the top 2 target on the team, right? Like, if Tyler Boyd goes down, he's still behind Chase and Higgins, right?
Yeah.
So for him, not super exciting to me. So give me Cole Kamet here.
One vote for Cole Kamet from Coop. Jail, are you agreeing with Coop here, or are you going with Hurst?
This is an easy Cole Kamet for me. I've been up on Cole Kamet all off season. I think I agree with Coop completely. The targets are there. I don't know that this offense is really going to take a giant step forward this year, but I don't necessarily care. Especially when we're talking about it in relativity to Hayden Hurst, who I don't really think has shown it. We haven't really seen flashes from Hayden Hurst. I'm not seeing like a positive trend for him. So give me Cole Kamet Club.
Cole Kamet Club. Joey, are you agreeing with these two, or are you going on the Hurst side here?
I thought Kamet was going to break out last year, so I'm gonna ride it over, double down. It's going to be Kamet this year.
Chase it.
3 votes for Kamet. Tim, are you keeping on the Kamet side, or are you going Hayden Hurst here?
Well, I think you all made great points, but I want to set the tone early that I don't
Tim's
care.
here.
So Hayden Hurst, for that reason alone.
I don't care. The hell of an entrance.
We need you. We need you in these moments, and I appreciate
what would Fun Friday be without Tim?
I wanted to bring up this comment from NBA.
You're Def the hamburger, dude.
NBA Kamet already broke out last year. 90 target can only go up to 120, but most of them are going to be inefficient. I don't think we're calling for needing that massive uptick in targets for him to break out. It is kind of about that efficiency. You know what I mean? He meets that threshold, which is just a requirement in order to break out, I think is what Coop was hitting at there.
Exactly.
But let's be honest.
That doesn't mean it is
the bar's pretty low. The bar is pretty low for tight end.
We've seen guys that finished as top 2 targets on their team. Noah Fant 2 years in a row now, and he's not a breakout. We're just talking about like the minimum, the bare minimum, the entry to the party. I mean, you could still be a top 2 target on the team and go stand in the corner like Noah, like Adam Trautman or whatever.
Noah Fant didn't win you no fantasy leagues last year. That's for sure.
That's good.
Well, on that note, I'm going to vote for.
I like that joke.
You guys said all the words.
Joke.
Guys, we got Linda in here saying, I just regurgitate everything Coop says about tight ends. It's gospel. Oh, sorry, never mind.
Yeah.
Mike said we're heckling. So one nice
I changed some
comment
of the
she
words
just
so
had
that
to
it sounds like
sneak
it
in
came from me.
the happy hour crew is in here to heckle me, dude. I might
Yes,
I
that's
might
what we're
just
here
leave.
for.
Once Mike Daddy's home, dude. The guy that ruined my Scott Fishbowl draft live without rankings in his hand. That's another story.
JL, we're going to move on to our next matchup. We've got David Njoku versus Albert O. Which one of these guys do you think is a more likely breakout for next season?
Ooh, I'm going with Albert O. I have not been an Albert O truther this offseason. I think that there's a lot of risk. I wouldn't just assume that he's going to be the guy there in Denver. But Njoku's going to have Jacoby Brissett throwing to him for 11 weeks. I'm not that excited about that either. They did pay him a lot of money, but they haven't used him up till now. So I'll go with Albert O on this one. It's actually not that far apart.
One vote for Albert O, but it's close. Joey, where are you going on this one?
Yeah, I probably yesterday would have answered Albert O, but our conversation, we talked about Greg Dulcich, and I think Dulcich might just end up being the best tight end in this Broncos offense. So I think I'm going to go Njoku, throw him a vote here. Brissett leans on him a little bit. Yeah, Njoku feels right for me.
It is 1-1 so far. Tim, which way are you going here, Albert O or David Njoku?
Rule number 5 says the heart wants what it wants, and Joey voted for Njoku, so yeah, that's about all I got.
And so you want Njoku as well?
Yeah.
Okay. This is going to be settled before we send it to Coop, but I'm with you. I'm buying into some of the reports that we're hearing out of Broncos camp that Dulcich might be more involved than expected of a rookie tight end in this offense. I don't think I saw enough from Albert O to make me feel comfortable that a talented rookie who's contributing early and showing flashes won't eat into what he's doing. I don't think Albert O is solidified that the Broncos have any sort of beholding to him to make him the featured tight end. And David Njoku, even though it's Jacoby Brissett passing the ball, there's Amari Cooper in that offense and could be Njoku next. We're just looking at that. I like Harrison Bryant, but they paid Njoku. I'm looking at that money, and so my vote's going to be for Njoku. He's been one of my more favorite later round tight end targets. Coop, we're going to throw it to you. Njoku's moving on, but where's your vote going on this one?
I'm siding with you guys, Njoku, man. And the thing that you mentioned, so you already mentioned that, there's top 2 target situation versus, Sutton and Judy. But one thing to keep in mind when there's 2 tight ends on the same team, you gotta look at it as if you're the tight end coach. And if you were going to ask one guy to stay in line and block and one guy to be in the slot, who would that be? That's what held back Dallas Goedert all those years. Zach Ertz, even if Goddard was a better pass catcher at that point, Zach Ertz was a worse blocker. Goddard's an amazing blocker. You look at Albert O he's a monster. He's 6'6", 260. And then Greg Dulcich is this converted wide receiver who's 6'4", 240. If I'm doling out the roles, I'm not going to say, hey, Dulcich, why don't you go put your hands in the dirt and block so that this guy can run around? That's just not how they're going to hand out the roles, I don't think. So keeps Albert O on the low for me a little bit.
That's a great point. And that's going to be 4 votes over towards David Njoku. He is going to move on past Albert O in this first round.
By the way, 91% of the chat believes Njoku is the way to go here. I forgot the poll in the first matchup, but this one, 90%. Sorry, 91%.
91%.
91%.
We also got Mike in here saying Tim is the real tight end genius.
Not wrong.
I mean, I hit on Delaney Walker. I hit on Austin Hooper. The heart wants what it wants.
And sometimes it works.
Awesome.
Tim knows
Sometimes it works.
You know what? The guy probably with the tightest end on this stream may be an expert on tight ends. Maybe that's just what's going on.
Tim saw Delaney Walker do nothing for literally 7 years. And
that's
my guy.
One game. Victory laps after
30-year-old Delaney Walker finishes tight end 2. Tim was right there.
Tim's like, has that been saying it all?
We're joking, but that's 100% what happened. That is exactly how that played out. Joe, you've got the first vote on this one. It is Irv Smith Jr. versus Evan Ingram. Who's your preferred breakout tight end?
Yeah, so Coop mentioned looking for a top 2 tight end. Well, when Doug Peterson was the head coach of the Eagles, his tight end was the number 1 target on the team 5 out of the 6 seasons. And last I heard, Doug Peterson was still coaching the Jacksonville Jaguars this year. It's his first year coaching the Jaguars. So Evan Ingram, for me, I think he has every opportunity to maybe not lead the team in targets, but he could definitely be second on the team in targets. I love Evan Ingram this year. And not just because Coop's on the show. I'm not sucking up to the guest. Look at my teams. I've been drafting them. Love them. I do like Irv Smith, but it's Evan Ingram for me is really strong in this bracket.
Absolutely. We got 1 vote for Evan Ingram. Tim, which way are you going on this one?
Targets don't mean shit if you can't catch the ball. Give me Irv Smith. Give me the Vikings passing offense this season. I am all in on that. Even if it's trickle down, like garbage targets, I don't care. It's going to be a fun offense to watch. Give me the man in purple.
Yeah, I don't blame you, Tim, but whenever we're looking at it, like I just don't see a path for Irv Smith to get enough targets in that offense to be that breakout tight end. He's good. I liked him as a prospect coming out, but we're not just talking Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen. We also saw KJ Osborne catch 7 touchdowns last year. Know what I mean? Like he could be a critical part of this offense as well that's competing with Irv Smith for those same targets. And everything Joey said, I'll just reiterate about Evan Ingram, what Joey said. My vote's going to go towards Evan Ingram. He'll have every opportunity to drop that away, Tim. They're going to give him the chance to drop himself out of that role, it feels like. And I'm going to be willing to have him on my team while he figures that out. So my vote's going to go towards Evan Ingram. It's 2-1. Coop, where do you land?
You can put my vote in there, buddy. You know.
Okay.
But the thing with Irv Smith is, I'll save some Ingram stuff for later. But the thing with Irv Smith is that, he is an injury away, right? And even in that offense, as Tim points out, like he's got a solidified role, probably in that Tyler Higbee role. But what's the upside for that role? That he can maybe be a back end tight end 1. And if you play in a normal fantasy league, which is 10 or 12 teams with 1 tight end spot, if your tight end is tight end 10, what does that even mean? You have a bottom 3 tight end in your league? That's not the upside we're shooting for. If I'm drafting 2 tight ends, which most of these guys are guys that you take if you already have a tight end, then I'm just going for upside. I don't care at all about the floor. And so I think Ingram he has bigger upside. If this were the question of who finishes better this year, a guy that could be tight end 13 versus 17, maybe you do vote for Irv Smith. But if we're going for sheer breakout upside, I can't vote for Irv Smith here.
Yeah. Even when you wanted to make the point for Irv Smith, you still slipped out on Evan Ingram. That's how much you love him right there. JL, it is decided. Evan Ingram's moving on, but where's your vote going? Towards Evan Ingram or towards Irv Smith?
Turds Irv Smith. He doesn't deserve that name.
I meant to say forwards, but I got tongue tied there.
Yeah, I agree with the points against Irv, but I'm gonna go Irv here because we didn't get to see Irv last year after the injury, but he's very talented. And even if he gets a small percentage share or target share in that offense, I think they're going to be valuable targets. And I think he's going to be able to make something happen. We have to wait and see how Adam Thielen and him and Justin Jefferson all mix up, but I think there'll be enough there for him. I'm a little more confident than Evan Ingram, so I'll go Irv.
Irv Smith, that's another vote that way, but it's not going to matter. Evan Ingram's still moving on, and we're on to our last first round matchup. And Tim, you've got the first vote here. It is Robert Tonyan versus Pat Freiermuth. And I think that is spelled incorrectly, if I'm not mistaken. But
yes, there should be an
Tim,
E.
Yeah, who will be moving on to the next round?
E-I-E-I-O.
By the way, 61% of the chat went Ingram on the last one.
Oh, man, we're agreeing too much. Don't worry.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
We'll upset them. We'll upset them during the Mascot.
Yes, you wait.
If you're looking forward to being angry at us, don't worry. It's coming.
Yeah.
It might be even right now. I don't mean to over exaggerate this as much as I'm about to, but Robert Tonyan may as well be the second coming of Tony Gonzalez this season. So he is absolutely the star to shine for. Pick him up. I hate the Steelers for the most part. That's mostly where this argument is going. But Tonyan all day. Easy.
This is my toughest one. I know it's the 7 versus the 2 seed, but one of these guys older, I feel like we maybe know what his ceiling is, but that ceiling is great. I just don't know if I classify Tonyan as a breakout, but he's got that path on that team to serious targets. But is he going to get those? Is he the kind of player that Aaron Rodgers wants to pepper with 90, 100 targets? I don't know. He's a guy that I've enjoyed taking. Now, Pat Freiermuth, I feel like he's one of the guys that people are excited about as like a rising star, like someone that could truly break out. But again, the quarterback situation is iffy there in Pittsburgh. We don't know exactly what that offense is going to look like. They just added George Pickens as well. They already have Chase Claypool and Deontay Johnson, and Najee Harris is one of the most heavily targeted running backs in football as well. I love Freiermuth. I can't vote for him here. I feel like I have to vote for Tonyan just whenever I'm looking at opportunity and who could end up. Would I be shocked if Tonyan was a top 5 tight end at the end of the season? No, I wouldn't be. But I would be a little bit more surprised if Freiermuth was a top 5 tight end. So I'm gonna vote for Tonyan here. But this one's tough, and it makes me think about the definition of breakout. Coop, it's 2 votes for Tonyan. Where are you going here?
Dude, if anybody has read my stuff before knows that I've written thousands of words on why I don't think Robert Tonyan in a vacuum is an amazing player. But I'm actually going to vote Tunyon here. And
Wow.
that's because, like, no matter how you want to define breakout, whether it be finish top 5 or have a better year than you did the year prior, like, I think that Tunyon has a better shot in all those categories. Pat Freiermuth, people forget. Like, people in their minds think that any quarterback's going to be better than Big Ben, you know, whether it's Trubisky or Pickett. But right from the rip, it's pretty hard to come into a new team and be a good quarterback. And in general, when you look at where Big Ben was and what he was doing, he had the fastest release of any quarterback, 2.26 seconds. When he was targeting Pat Freiermuth, his passer rating was like 121. It was like the third best of any tight end. Like, the situation last year was perfect for Freiermuth. He runs 5-yard 8-out routes, which are super low. Big Ben can't throw it far. Like, I think things they could even be better for the offense in general and some of the other pass catchers, but I think it'll actually be worse for Freiermuth. Big Ben was the perfect quarterback for him. So I'm really not in on Freiermuth. I know he's a super, like, all the big podcasts like saying the Muth is loose or whatever, but for me, I'm just like, you know, I got to put the memes aside here. So give me Tunyon, a guy who I don't usually like.
Memes aside, a vote for Tunyon. Tunyon's going to be moving on, but Jail, you've got a vote here. Is it going to be Tunyon or Freiermuth for you?
So a couple points that I think are worth mentioning in Freiermuth's favor here. Eric Ebron is no longer on the Steelers. So Freiermuth could see an increased role. He was pretty efficient with the work that he got, the targets that he got last season. And so if he has that path towards higher targets and he's able to do more with it, then things could look very good for Freiermuth this year. I'm not as worried about the other options on his team, and I'm not as worried about the QB situation. I feel like the QB, if anything, is a lateral movement from going from Big Ben to Kenny Pickett or Mitch Trubisky. And I think that Freiermuth is still going to be utilized either way. So give me Freiermuth.
One vote for Freiermuth. Joey, it's pre-decided.
It's decided, and so I'm glad I don't have to vote against Pat Freiermuth because that would break my heart. Because I like saying his name. But no, one thing about Freiermuth, the best season Trubisky ever had in the NFL was when Trey Burton was when he targeted the tight end.
R.I.P. Trey Burton.
I forgot about how that was a thing for a little bit.
And that was Trubisky's best
forget.
season he ever had, is when he kind of leaned on his tight end a little bit. I would still take Tunyon because Rodgers leans on people he knows, and he knows Lazard and he knows Tunyon, and he doesn't know any of these rookies. And I just don't see a way that Robert Tunyon doesn't have like a top 12 season. Honestly, it's really hard not to see a way. But
Tunyon's going to move on to the next round by a vote of 4-1. Jail being the lone vote on that side. And people are mad about the math. Apparently, we did some math here. Mike said, this is Friday. Why the hell are we doing math? Linda said, ban math.
Never.
Jay said, ban math.
I have no recollection of us doing math.
Ban people having sex at the karaoke bar.
Tim.
Well, we'll see. And Linda said, well, hang on a minute, Jay. Joey, you don't even...
Don't get out of yourself.
How about that dude that was like, you know, like putting his like fingers in that chick's mouth, bro? I was like, are you a dentist or something?
Is this okay?
What is happening here?
Dentist.
What is going on?
And do sanitary?
Do you have openings or?
Also, dude, I'm not sure. I think it's me. I bring the toxicity here, dude. The chat is like, I didn't know
Chat's
who
on
even
one.
writ anything. No one. Jay goes, no one's ever read any of your stuff. And Jay also earlier goes, just skip to the mascots, when Jay was the one that made the show
He
sheet.
literally picked the brackets.
It's
Jay
just
set
chaos.
us up to do this and then comes in and yells at us not to do it.
Yeah.
Guys,
Yeah.
we're
By
gonna
the way,
move on.
75% of the chat said Freiermuth, you assholes.
Did they actually
Disagree.
include your assholes in the percentage?
Yes, that's what they said
Wow,
right there.
that's
You
pretty
two.
amazing.
Scott said he was a dentist per
First
source.
source.
He was living his best life. Yeah.
Ian Rappaport.
Just practicing wherever he could. You know what I mean? You got to get those dentist reps in if you want to get your name
Residency.
out there. And,
Hours are hours, man.
Yeah.
and, you know, Canton's I can't speak for how Canton operates. Maybe that's how you go to the dentist in Canton, is at a karaoke bar and
It's
singing
yeah.
at 11
It'd
p.m.
be totally
Like,
just a cultural thing. Yeah,
It was
you
a
don't know.
weird city. I wouldn't put it past them. You know, maybe that's how that works there.
She wasn't polite either.
I wouldn't be polite.
That's true.
Someone had their fingers in my mouth.
That
Very
girl
rude.
did. She asked to see my shirt. I was wearing my Miley Cyrus shirt, and I showed it to her, and she looks at me, gives me an up down, like rolls her eyes and turns around. Like she asked to see the shirt, and then just gave me that, and I was like, you know what? Props. Like you went into that.
When I see
knowing
that
was
shirt,
an outcome.
ew, gross.
Ew,
Yeah.
gross.
Walk away.
Beautiful. Guys, here's our next matchup. I've got the first vote here.
Not a
Cole
fan.
Kamet versus David Njoku. And I like David Njoku, but he's going up against someone that I think is a little bit of a behemoth in this breakout
Why don't you marry
category,
him
and
if
that
you
is
love him
Cole
so much?
Kamet. I expect the Chicago Bears offense to take some decent steps forward this year. I know we're very worried about it, but when you go back and watch what they did to Justin Fields last year, it was a crime against humanity how they coached that player. They created an offense for Andy Dalton and then just shoved Justin Fields in it and didn't change anything about him for it. I fully expect a more efficient passing game from them this year, get Justin Fields a little bit more involved. And if Cole Kmet continues seeing those targets, like I'm in on a Justin Fields, not necessarily breakout, but an elevated season. Darnell Mooney, his stats are going to go up. Cole Kmet, like I'm bought into improvement from those three players, and I'm going to vote Cole Kmet here because of that. Coop, you've got the next vote. Is it going to go to Kamet or is it going to go to Njoku? You had good things to say about both these guys in the last
I'll keep
round.
it. Yeah, no, I'm on board with both. You know, if the quarterback situation in Cleveland was what it was supposed to be, then it would probably be easier for me to go with Njoku. But the thing is with Njoku, we've still never seen him earn the targets. They say targets are earned. Darnell Mooney got 140 last year. How many more can he really get? You know what I mean?
10 maybe.
15.
Like
That's what I'm saying, dude. And he was pretty inefficient with his as well. You know,
Yeah.
it really all rides on the quarterback taking a step forward. But if things remain constant, like they pretty much are projected to, and the quarterback does take a step forward, then it's a jackpot. Like that's what we're betting on. So give me Cole Kmet.
Another vote for Cole Kmet. I also see we've got Squid's Giant Chode in the chat.
Nice.
What's up, fellas? Welcome
Hey,
in,
Mom.
Squid.
What up?
Now it's a party.
Do you prefer Squid or do you prefer Chode? Let us know what you prefer to go
Or
by. I don't wanna
Giant.
support- Or Giant. Or SGC. Well, that could be what you
I like
prefer to go by
SGC.
as
That's
well.
a nice one.
SGC.
Yeah, and then we don't have to say Chode anymore on stream.
You down with
That also-
SGC?
I prefer not to.
I mean, you could do it if you want, Simon. I don't know.
You're right.
Should have heard what he said yesterday.
My mom is
Yeah.
listening, probably.
Dale, where are you voting here? Cole Kmet or David Njoku?
Give me Cole Kmet. The dude did not score a touchdown last year on all those targets. I really hope he scores a touchdown this year because it's going to be better. So give me Cole Kmet.
I hope
Mike-
he doesn't.
Mike in here saying, how
Right,
can
me,
you-
Tim.
How can you not vote for Jacoby Brissett's fourth option in that offense? That is a great point. And SGC in here saying Squiddy or SGC. You know what?
Squiddy.
He's
so
not about
so
that
much
life.
more endearing.
Squiddy.
Squiddy.
Oh, I like that. That is 100%
What does that
what I'm
stand for?
calling
Squid
you.
Giant Chode. Oh,
Joey, where's your vote going on this one?
I was about to say something. I stopped myself because I learned
Yeah.
restraint.
Oh, you're the captain too. Oh, wow.
I am the captain. Doot, doot. Come back.
We can edit that out, right?
Okay,
Yeah.
one vote
this
for
isn't live. Don't worry.
Yeah, this isn't live. Everything we can edit.
Oh,
Tim,
God.
Tim, are you
Edit
going
it
with
out,
Cole
right?
Kmet or David Njoku?
I can't vote for the 1 seed yet, so yeah, give me Njoku.
Okay,
Such a
Kmet
hipster,
moves
dude.
on to the
Somebody
finals.
Such a hipster. He can't bring himself to vote for the 1 seed.
Coop, you have the first vote on this one. Evan Ingram versus Robert Tonyan. Where's your vote going here?
I mean, not a chance I can vote for Robert Tonyan. Evan Ingram's been a top 5 tight end in this league before with the ghost shadow of Eli Manning. And then he ends up with Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones over the last 2 years has thrown more. He has more turnovers than touchdowns. Like
Before you say anything
is
more,
probably
can
an
I just
improvement.
in before that Jay's about to say 2-time winning Super Bowl MVP Eli Manning in the chat?
Yeah,
I
that's
mean, Eli
fine.
Manning, he was fine quarterback, dude. I mean, with Evan Ingram, he
Yeah.
was a star, right? But like, I just, Tonyan, he's just not exciting enough at a standalone basis. He's not fast. He doesn't catch balls in man-to-man. Give me Ingram.
One vote for Ingram. I don't know. I said one vote for Ingram. And JL,
One
where
vote.
is your vote going? Is it going to Evan Ingram or Robert Tonyan?
Give me Evan Ingram. That's my analysis.
One vote for Evan Ingram. Joey?
The plague upon Jacksonville is no longer there in Urban Meyer. Evan Ingram is going to shine this season.
It was a short plague, but it was a strong one.
Hey.
It had a big effect. It
Took a
didn't
lot of
last
people
very long,
down.
but Man, yeah.
Yeah.
Took a couple kickers down. It was rough over there.
Sometimes
Yeah.
if you listen closely in Jacksonville, you can hear Urban Meyer just grinding in the wind. Very faint. You have to listen very closely,
Yeah.
but you can hear it.
Tim, are you voting for Evan Ingram or Robert Tonyan here?
Nah, give me the onion flavored Funyun Tunyon.
And my vote's going to go towards Evan Ingram on
Such a
this
fun
one.
name.
We've got our final Cole Kmet versus Evan Ingram. And I think someone in the chat
Kind of
called it at the
interesting.
very beginning. And NBA wants to know real quick before we move on. Coop, I'll throw this one to you. From a skill set perspective, do you believe Ingram is more talented than Kmet? Football skill, not fantasy. Who do you think is the better NFL tight end?
Cole Kmet definitely rates better.
I truly
fantasy,
do. Evan Ingram is like 4.42 speed is faster than pretty much any tight end in the league. I'll make it quick, but like if you try to look for comps for Evan Ingram based on size and speed, there's no tight ends. Like you have to go to guys like Andre Johnson, Demaryius Thomas, rest in peace, Chase Claypool. Like that's the kind of guy we're talking about here. And yeah, of course he drops a lot of passes, but Jimmy Graham dropped 15 passes from Drew Brees once, and the next year he was the tight end 1 overall. So I mean, you can get beyond that stuff.
Yeah. Also, Vig was in here. He called it. He called the Cole Kmet versus Ingram final. And Jail, I believe you've got the first vote on this one. Who's it going to be, Cole Kmet or Evan Ingram? This is a fun matchup.
This is a fun but easy matchup. Give me Cole Kmet.
I knew it. 1 vote for Cole Kmet. Joey, where are you going here?
I have a hard time with this.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to look real quick. Just give me 1 second, guys. Look at my rankings to see where I have them ranked. I have Cole Kmet above Evan Ingram, so I'm going to vote for Kmet.
1 vote
Kmet,
for
top 12.
Another vote for Cole Kmet. Tim, where are you going on this one?
Love Evan.
Ingrams are a critical event item that you get in Destiny, and I really like that game. So give me Evan Ingram.
And you know what I'm going to do here? This is a close one for me. I like both of these guys. So I'm going to vote for Evan Ingram solely to make it 2-2 and throw it to our guest to make him decide the winner of this bracket. That is my analysis. Coop, you are determining the winner of our breakout tight end bracket. Is it Cole Kmet or is it Evan Ingram?
Full screen me, daddy.
How do we do this? Let's make him. There we go.
Hey, I got to say, I do have Cole Kmet as the safer play. He's the lock to get the targets, but no tight end on this board can be the top target on their team besides Evan Ingram. He's the one dude who could lead his team in targets this year. And when you look at the very tippity top tight ends, talking Travis Kelce, Mark Andrews, Darren Waller, those are the guys that actually lead their team in targets. So give me Evan Ingram. I'll go down with the ship. And if he signs with another team next year, guess what? We're going back on Evan Ingram again until the wheels fall off, till the buttons come off, baby. Woo!
Evan Ingram is the winner of our breakout tight end bracket. Evan Ingram is going to end up as the champion. 3-2. You heard it here. Coop is riding until the wheels fall off the bus.
82% of the chat said Cole Kmet.
There we go. There's the angle we were looking for. I
have Cole Kmet ranked ahead of Evan Ingram.
This is breakout. This isn't who do you have ranked higher. That's right. This is
baby.
Breakouts, baby, and the rules change. And even if those were the rules, Coop, it's Friday. You can say whatever the hell you want if you want to put it on there.
I rigged this show. I reached out to the producer and rigged this show in advance.
Guys, we are on to our, I don't want to say main event, but I know people have been waiting for this. We've got our fast food mascot battle royale bracket coming at you right now. These guys are fighting to the death, and we're voting for who we think comes out on top in these head-to-head matchups. The mascots we're going to be looking at. We've got Grimace, the 1 seed. The 2 seed is the Chick-fil-A cow. Our 3 seed is Colonel Sanders. The 4 seed is the Burger King himself. Coming in at number 5 is Ronald McDonald, the terrifying McDonald's clown, the leader of that crew. At 6, we've got Little Caesar coming in with his spear, and I think the pizza's included. We've got the Arby's oven mitt at 7. And number 8, we have the Taco Bell Chihuahua. Our first matchup, Coop, you're going to have the first vote. It is Grimace versus the Taco Bell Chihuahua. Who's coming out on top in this fight?
Let's go. Let me see those grimaces in the chat, baby. Dude, a chihuahua? Are you serious, dude? Does he even have a green uncle from Ireland? Get out of here, bro.
No chihuahuas were hurt in the making of this bracket.
Yeah,
dude,
we're strapped for time. This is an easy vote for me. I just want to say, dude, how did Mayor McCheese get so disrespected by this bracket? He's not even top 8 now?
I don't know.
We don't like to get into politics.
Those things.
That's true. Show.
I just wanted to throw this up here. It's the most horrifying and least horrifying image of Uncle O'Grimacy I could find.
This looks like the beginning of like a cold case file.
That's like
Uncle O'Grimacy.
Oh gosh, I've seen
looking at those pictures almost wiped my brain before we started.
It's like Jabba the Hutt.
Like
no one knew he was capable of murder.
But Uncle O'Grimacy did it.
Except everybody that ever saw him ever.
It's the ones you most medium suspect.
It's the ones you most suspect every time.
JL, we've got 1 vote towards Grimace so far from Coop. Are you voting for Grimace or the Taco Bell Chihuahua?
See, this feels like now it's become a thing that I have to go anti-establishment here and not go Grimace, because if I go with Grimace, that it feels like I'm making a statement that broader than I really want to make. So I'm going Grimace because I'm just going to appease the crowd and I don't want to get yelled at.
I think it's a fair choice here, JL. You can still be anti-Grimace and pro-Grimace in this take. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
Joey, are you going with Grimace or are you going with the Taco Bell Chihuahua?
There's one thing in this world that I love, and those are dogs. But a Chihuahua is not a dog; it's a rat, so it's Grimace.
3 votes for Grimace. Tim, where's your vote going here?
So, R.I.P. Taco Bell Chihuahua dog. First off,
He did die.
because that is
Joey laughed.
that is an icon from advertisement, and it's a dog that can speak Spanish. That is a highly intelligent dog. That thing is strapping lasers to his chest going into this fight. It's an easy Taco Bell Chihuahua dog dub. Sorry, Grimace. I know you're gonna win this bracket, but
Queso
you should have
lasers.
lost in this round because that dog is smart as hell.
Quasars.
Grimace will take those lasers and just eat them in stride as he slowly consumes the Chihuahua through his
Just
belly.
gives him
which I feel
energy,
like
just
how this
absorbs
goes.
it.
He absorbs it. I'm voting for Grimace here. I'm not saying I'm voting for Grimace all the way through, but Grimace is getting one
Pretty
vote.
sure he
for
could
me.
sit on the Chihuahua and kill it.
Alfredo, and you're saying Chihuahua all the way.
Alfredo.
There we go.
And Vig
Alfredo.
said a vote for Grimace is a vote for McDonald's over Taco Bell. I can't live in a world where we pick McDonald's.
That's what I'm
over-
saying.
That is not
really
what that
good
vote
point.
is.
No, but
That is
that's a good
not
point.
what that vote
Is that
represents.
controversial?
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, very controversial.
JL, are you going with
Controversial.
Ronald McDonald or the Burger King in this next matchup? We got the
Oh,
leader of
this is
their
a good
respective
one.
crews.
This is
Who's
pretty
coming
good.
out on top?
Both are could be Don, the creepy king. Man. Burger King is truly terrifying, but I've learned to love it a little bit more. I don't think I could ever learn to love clowns. I'm sorry, whoever I met whose dad played Ronald McDonald. I'm gonna go with the Burger King. I think
One
he could
vote.
absolutely just wreck your dreams and have just no qualms about it. Sleeps perfectly at night.
One vote for the Burger King. Joey, where are you going here? Ronald McDonald or the Burger King?
So this is the king, like the king that's like really funny from like the
big head?
2000. Yeah, Ronald McDonald sucks. The king's awesome.
Yeah, but
Like,
can you beat him in a fight?
oh yeah, absolutely.
Without a doubt. 2 votes
Without
for
a
the
doubt.
Burger King. Tim, are you agreeing with these guys? Do you think the King takes it, or do you think
Not-
Ronald McDonald's going to take it?
Not even for a split second. You forget that Ronald McDonald is a clown. You know what clowns are good at? Close-up magic. You know what he's going to pull out of his wrist? Anything that would beat the Burger King he's a scam artist. The Burger King. Ronald McDonald is going to whip out a sword, a lightsaber, maybe
Hopefully,
some.
that's all he whips
We all know
out.
that the Burger King is allergic to good food, so he's going to whip out like some
Hey.
good
Hey,
pasta.
Impossible Whopper crew.
Yeah.
He's
Get outta
it's going to
here.
be Ronald McDonald.
The one political success the Burger King has ever had was the introduction of French toast sticks to the Burger King McDonald's or to the Burger King breakfast menu. Besides that, he's been a failure as a leader. And I think he's weak. I don't think he's the kind of king that's on the front lines in the battlefield. He's got people fighting for him. Know what I mean? He's just like the despot up top who people hate. He's
Ronald's
not
a
nice
clown.
ruler. Ronald
He's
McDonald.
a freaking clown.
You see how big
Who
his
is
crew is?
it?
Where the
Who's
hell are
Pennywise?
all of the Burger King's friends
What
and
did he
followers? He
accomplish?
doesn't have any. Ronald McDonald has the followers. Makes me think he's a strong leader and someone who would get in
Who's
there and take
following
care
him?
of business with the Burger King. I'm voting for Ronald McDonald. Coop, you got to decide this.
Bring some
Who's
reason to this,
winning
Coop.
this one?
Bring some reason to this panel.
Simon, I've seen a bunch of these shows, man. And anytime it comes down to fast food mascots or food or anything, I feel like 90% of your decisions are made based on French toast sticks. Is that not, not accurate? Like,
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
pretty heavy.
Yeah,
I
love
mean,
French
dude,
toast sticks.
I was locked in until Tim brought up magic, man. Wow, it threw me
Oh.
for a loop. But I will gotta say, I default to commercials and what I know of these guys. And I don't Ronald McDonald, I've never seen him do anything as athletic as score a touchdown the way the Burger King did in that commercial on the Steve Young run. I mean, dude, it was clean. So give me that agility. Give me the Burger King guy.
There you
The
go.
Burger King
Came
is
around.
gonna move.
You guys didn't
on.
want to watch Ronald McDonald going against his number 1 lieutenant? You don't even like drama. Gosh.
I 100%. That factored in. I was like, dude, I'm not bringing that magic. I'm not bringing magic on my boy Grimace right now. Dude. I don't know what he's capable of.
It's a wild card. BK won 88% of the chat vote.
Well, chat, you got what you wanted there. And Joe, you've got the first vote on this one. Colonel Sanders, the Colonel, with his secret herbs and spices versus Little Caesar with his pizza of sorts. Who's going to come out on top?
Listen, I don't want to get into like politics or social issues, but I mean, does anybody not think that Colonel Sanders is just completely racist all the time? I mean, just
Without
look
a
at him.
doubt.
100%.
Yeah. So I can't with a good conscience vote for racism on the show today. So I'm gonna vote for Little Caesar.
Great. That's just great. Now
Just
every
loaded
vote
the
for
whole
Colonel
vote.
Sanders
Yeah,
means you're
it's
Anyone
right.
else,
racism.
anyone vote
He's-
for it for your supporters.
That was
Sneaky
strong.
son
All
of
right.
a gun.
You.
God,
Joey
he just
not
literally
pulling
checkmated
any
this whole
punches
panel.
on that one. One vote for Little
I
Caesar.
dare any of you.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Except for him, because Tim can
You
get
should
away
full-
with it.
Yeah.
Went full Donald Rumsfeld on us there, dude. Just like accuse the opponent of whatever you're doing. Like, dude, remember when? I'll wait for my turn.
I mean,
Tim, where's your vote going here?
if you're going to go that route, the Romans and Little Caesar himself had one of the most, if not the most, elaborate and decadent slave trades in the entire world history. So you just voted for that, Joey, trying to make that argument.
He's little. He's tiny
let's go.
version of him.
7
Yeah.
out of 11 of Colonel Sanders' herbs and spices are gunpowder, and he's bringing all those guns to the fight. It's Colonel Sanders.
Tim, and you know what? That's the point I was going to make. Little Caesar showing up with a spear. I think Colonel Sanders is showing up
dude's
with his
about to get
racism and a gun. Like he's got both, and he's going to use that gun to probably just destroy Little Caesar. When I see little, I assume really little. Know what I mean? Like I'm assuming like comically small Caesar. Like whenever we're talking about this, like when I see that guy, he's 8 inches tall with that spear and that pizza is how big Little Caesar is. I'm voting for Colonel Sanders here. Coop, who's winning in this battle royale, this fight to the death? Is it the Colonel or is it Little Caesar?
So I'm glad Tim was able to neutralize the racism. Like if you pull, I'm looking at Little Caesar right now because that's what I do on my second screen. Dude, in half of these pictures, his nose is above his eyes. Like this guy doesn't even make any sense, bro. Like what is going on with this character? So give me Colonel Sanders, dude. Give me the gunpowder.
Wow.
Let's go.
Colonel Sanders got 3 votes. Is going to be moving on. JL, where's your vote going?
Yeah, I have to vote. The poll is, or the bracket is, Battle Royale. And I just can't believe that spear is going to do much to Colonel Sanders and all of his friends behind him. So I'm going to go Colonel Sanders.
And by friends, you mean, what do you mean by
Friends.
that?
Colonel Sanders is going to move on to the
He's a
next
colonel. He's got
round.
people under him, right?
He does. He's got an army. And we've got our next
56%
matchup.
from the chat on Colonel Sanders.
It makes sense. He's got the weapons, it feels like. We have, I'm just going to be honest, my favorite contestant in this bracket, the Arby's Oven Mitt, going up against the Chick-fil-A cow. This is the hill I will die on. And Tim, you've got the first vote here. Arby's Oven Mitt versus the Chick-fil-A cow.
I think you're going to find my body right beside you there. The Arby's oven mitt is nothing less than a cosmic being. What are you going to do? Burn it? It's an oven mitt. You
Can't die.
What's the cow going to do? Paint some lettering on it crudely with poorly spelled words? He's not going to do nothing. It's a cow. Step on it. You can't do it.
Animated
gosh.
oven mitt.
It's going to be
Game over.
It's animated oven mitt. Game over. Easy. Arby's oven mitt.
Arby's Oven Mitt is going to smother that cow.
Mhm.
It's not like that cow will not have an opportunity to breathe longer than 5
Won't even
seconds
know what
after
hit
that
him.
fight has begun. The oven mitt's just going to lay on it. It is an animate oven mitt. Like I just, there are a few household objects that would be more terrifying that don't include like knives or blades on them than an oven mitt if they came to life. Like I feel like
You view it with magic, and all of a sudden, that's
oh
terrifying.
my God, it's terrifying. And it's definitely imbued with magic. My vote goes to the oven mitt. Coop, where are you going here?
I mean, I gotta say, just right off the bat, dude, Chick-fil-A, I mean, they can only fight 6 out of the 7 days.
Ah, you
Like,
stole my.
if the
Yeah.
if the battle royale's on a Sunday, they're done, dude. And I
And they
just
often
picture
are.
They'll
I just
forfeit.
picture this oven mitt coming in like full like mankind sock style and just taking people out, dude. Right to the
I like your
grill. So,
reference. Yeah.
yeah, so I gotta go. I mean, Tim. Once Tim brings up magic, my opinion just immediately goes right to that character. So give me the oven mitt. For some reason.
The oven mitt for some reason. JL, where's your vote going? The oven mitt's moving on.
Yeah, I
but
mean,
we-
suspension of disbelief here. This Chick-fil-A cow, it seems to be slightly more intelligent than other cows because it can spell, not very well, but it can spell to some degree. But the oven mitt, I mean, I feel like it's just, there's no way it can exist without being a terrifying, magic-based, intelligent being. And I feel like it's just going to swoop in, place itself on the cow's legs, and then just twist and break the cow's ankles, and then just smother it to death. Done. Arby's oven mitt. I wouldn't even fight against it. Taking the oven mitt.
You know what? The Chick-fil-A cow has no thumbs, and the Arby's oven mitt doesn't have a surplus of them, but it does have one. It
got a
has a
place for
thumb.
'em.
It's got a place. It's got a place up on the Chick-fil-A cow. Joey, this has been decided, but who
Yeah.
is your vote going towards?
No, I mean it's I'm glad I don't have to go into my Chick-fil-A diatribe, but I'm an ally, so yeah, oven mitts.
Oven mitt,
Go.
Arby's oven mitt moving on. Scott said, kick Chick-fil-A into the sun. And then I love this. Alfredo said, does Arby's even bake anything in an oven? Why do they have an oven mitt? And Vig said, Chick-fil-A doesn't use cows for anything they do, Alfredo. They got no cows going over there. I've been an oven mitt's more handy at Arby's than a cow is at Chick-fil-A.
Vig said the Little Caesars founder actually paid Rosa Parks rent for 11 years. Wow.
He did. Oh, excellent point.
Wow.
That is true.
Yep.
That
Okay.
is true. I fact checked that while you were going on that front.
Glad
Guys,
you bring that up.
We are going into our next matchup, and this is a battle royale. I just want to remind everyone, it only matters who would win in a fight to the death.
Man.
This is Grimace versus the Burger King, and I've got the first vote on this one.
Before you do, Simon, 67% for Arby's oven mitt in the chat.
Wow.
67%. Hell
yeah. The chat last time was staunchly opposed to the oven mitt, I remember.
Yes. Yes, things have changed.
Until they did some research.
My vote here, if Ronald McDonald had made it through here, I think I would be voting anti-Grimace right now. But I just can't in good conscience vote for a loser king with no real power over this. Again, we talk about this being that I don't quite understand his power. Like there's power in Grimace that I don't quite comprehend. In the Burger King, I think I comprehend all of his power. I'm voting for Grimace here. Coop, where's your vote going? Is it Grimace or the Burger King?
Dude, it's easily Grimace. Like you said, we can't really understand his character or what he does or what he is or why he exists. But the fact of the matter is no mere mortal can compare to that. And, you know, I got to take a page out of Tim Wright's book here and just stand up to the monarchy, stand up to this demagogue trying to pretend like he's the king here. So give me Grimace, a all-knowing, unbeatable being.
All-knowing.
2 votes for Grimace. I will say, I just want to throw this out there. In his bio, one of the first things they say about him on the website is his most common expression is the word duh before every sentence. That's terrifying. JL, are you voting for Grimace or the Burger King?
Wait, whose is? The
Grimace.
Or Grimace?
No, Grimace.
Duh.
Before he says everything.
That even if it doesn't make sense in the context of the conversation.
It's gonna get in your head.
He just smokes you, dude.
Duh.
He just makes you feel so stupid.
Finally saw my mom this weekend. Duh. Oh, God.
That was after the question. What?
All right. I'm going. Simon, you said that Burger King is this. You painted this picture of Burger King as this like lonely, desperate, trying to cling to power. And there's nothing more dangerous than a desperate man trying to cling to power.
Despot, just so we're clear.
Despot sounds pretty similar to desperate. Regardless, the picture you painted was that Burger King, his power's slipping. He needs to keep on holding on to it. And a guy like that, he'll do anything, even cut a Grimace's throat. So I'm going Burger King. I don't think Grimace is going to stand up to him. I don't think Grimace has it in him.
Show me on a Grimace where his throat is.
I have no idea. I think anywhere would really apply.
We've got 1 vote for the Burger King. Joey, where's your vote going here?
I don't know. I was thinking, I've gone back and forth in my mind. Yeah, I just think that, you know, the Burger King, like, he just has that blank expression and you don't know where it's coming from, you know. And you say he's got no friends around him. Maybe he's just good with money. Maybe he's saving all up for the big fight. You know, so I'm going to throw one to the Burger King and let Tim decide.
It is 2-2. Tim, you have the deciding vote here. This is what you live for. Grimace or the Burger King. Who is going to move on?
I'm going to not just appease the chat. I'm going to make the right answer. It's Grimace, baby.
Yes.
Grimace all day of every day. Burger King is just a sham. Whopper, he's going to get a couple Whoppers. Grimace is like 8 arms whenever he wants them. So whop, bop, bop, bop.
He's going to humiliate him with his own product while he defeats him.
Dude, Tim, get some love for Tim in the chat, please. Let's go.
We got 75% of the chat went Grimace.
Less than went for the oven mitt against the Chick-fil-A count. We're starting to get a little closer here. Guys, we have our next matchup. It is Colonel Sanders versus the Arby's oven mitt. And Coop, you've got the first vote on this one. This is our next semifinal matchup, if I'm not mistaken, to determine who goes off against Grimace in the finals.
Oh, this is a tough one. You know, just I don't know. I just feel like with this, Joey's put it in my mind that Colonel Sanders racist. I can't get beyond it now. And like this oven mitt, like I just feel like he's pure. He's a mythical being, and I feel like he doesn't have a bad bone in his body. So I'm gonna go with the side of the good side here, and just hope that he can he can figure out a way to take him out.
On that note, any bone in his body, I'm pretty sure. JL, are you voting for Colonel Sanders? Or are you voting for the Arby's oven mitt here?
Oh, oven mitt all day. All day.
All day for the oven mitt. Joey, what about you? Oven mitt or Colonel Sanders?
So somebody asked what the oven mitt is for. And, there are no restaurants that have, most fast food restaurants have straight fries. But curly fries, they require a little bit extra. And Arby's love those seasoned fries. So seasoned curlies, I'm going Arby's oven mitt.
Arby's oven mitt. Timothy, the oven mitt's moving on, but where's your vote going?
Nah, it's a easy Arby's. Colonel Sanders is going to be reaching into the oven. Oh no, I forgot my oven mitt. He reaches the oven mitt. Boom, it's Arby's oven mitt. You're done. Sneak attack.
Sneak
One
attack.
vote. And guys, I just, what's he gonna do? Shoot him? I don't think a bullet hole stops the oven mitt.
Oh,
You know what
no,
I
it
mean?
just,
Like he just
fills back in.
keeps walking
Heals
forward,
itself.
keeps on going. If I can grab a pan out of an 800-degree oven with that thing on, which I assume I can, look at it. And
Never tried.
And he's smiling. He's going to be smiling while I do it. That is not something I want to mess with
Doesn't
in a
even
fight.
hurt.
I don't see how a human can beat an animate giant oven mitt. Like it
Omniscient,
just,
apparently.
God, it's unbelievable that we're even having this
Omniscient.
conversation.
This is tough.
Ovenition.
Oh,
And guys,
okay.
we are down to our grand
This is a good
finale.
one.
Our
Cosmic
final,
beings.
Yes.
We have two cosmic beings fighting off against each other. The Grimace, formerly known as the Evil Grimace, versus the Arby's oven mitt. JL, you've got the first vote here. Where's your vote going?
By the way, 64% of the chat went Arby's oven mitt on that last one.
Smart.
Checks out. Checks out.
All right, let me throw this poll in here real quick. Arby's oven mitt. Vote in the chat on who you think is the champion. I'm going with Arby's oven mitt. That's who I think is the champion here. So vote for Arby's oven mitt because he's gonna smother Grimace. Grimace won't have a chance. Sorry, Grimace gang.
My
It's
heart's
1-1.
racing.
Or it's 1-0.
Heart's racing. I want to fight you.
Joey, Grimace or the Arby's oven mitt? Who's going to come out on top?
I like them both. I just think Grimace eats them. Like I think it's like
Just eats, just burps.
yeah, it's Grimace.
One vote for Grimace. Tim, where's your vote going?
Simon, I'd like to make a deal. Whichever I vote for, you vote for the other. So that way,
Coop has to decide again. God, it's going to hurt if you vote one way and I have to do something, Tim, because I
Send
have
it.
I have a very strong opinion on this.
Then I'll save face with the chat. We'll go Grimace. I think Grimace is just a being beyond
Panderer.
all comprehension.
You coward, Tim.
You know what? When
And,
Tim says it, I believe him that he's not pandering because that man is chaos in his votes.
He's getting
And
complacent.
Grimace is a purple cosmic being. You know what I mean? I think in a fight against most things, Grimace would come out on top.
I
but
feel
the
like we have a
Arby's oven
misunderstanding
mitt-
of what Grimace's like capabilities are.
I think
He's got
Grimace
so
has a
many
misunderstanding. He doesn't even know what he's capable of, which is what makes him so dangerous.
He's
He
yet
just
to unlock
shows
his
up as this
potential.
purple blob, and we don't even know what could come out. But
He's Wanda
I'm-
before WandaVision.
I know what's coming out of this Arby's oven mitt, and it is murder. It is just pure murder coming out of this Arby's oven mitt. We talked about no bad bones in his body. Well, he's got no good bones either. That mitt exists to absorb pain. That's literally its
Suck in
existence.
power.
Grimace is going to try to hurt it, and he's going to be like, "This is what I was made for," and he's going to go in and just kill the Grimace. It is the Arby's oven mitt by a long shot for me. 2-2. Coop, you've got the deciding vote on this one. Who is going to win our mascot battle royale?
Full screen me, Captain. I'm out of buttons, baby.
I can't find the button to full screen you. Let's see.
I'm full screen
That
right
there
now.
we go.
Tell you there's only one thing to say here, folks. Duh.
Grimace gang.
He said, "Duh." The Grimace gang is going to come out on top. In an unfair fight, Grimace somehow pulled out the victory, but Grimace is the winner of our redo of the fast food mascots battle royale bracket. Jay said redemption. Mr. Scamper said feed the ducks. And J-Wall
Feed
wants
the
to know,
freaking
Coop,
ducks.
will you marry me?
Yes.
Yay!
J-Wall.
Wow,
I think I said
this is incredible. We have a marriage proposal and accepted on stream today. J-Wall and Coop, congratulations.
By the way,
Couldn't be more happy.
53% Grimace. 15 votes in the chat. The audience.
Woo!
is
Wow.
That's what we
That
like to
was
see.
very
That was
close.
close, man.
You know
Yeah.
what, audience?
That oven
I'm
mitt.
happy that there's an oven mitt contingency out there. You know, a Grimace won, but this is a fight that I'm not alone in. Guys, today we determined that Evan Ingram was our favorite 2022 breakout tight end and that Grimace would come out on top in a fast food mascot battle royale. That is going to be it for us this afternoon. A huge thanks to Coop for coming
Coop.
on with us today. If you are not already following our friend Coop, go and
Do
fix
it.
that right now at Coop A Fiasco. Right there below his very handsome, grimace-loving face on the screen. Yes, Joey, I see you have a question.
They battle it out. Evan Ingram and the Grimace. Who wins?
Oh, the Grimace. I'm sorry,
Grimace,
Evan Ingram.
yeah.
It's-
I'm sorry, Evan Ingram.
Evan Ingram is just as mythical. I have a,
Grimace has all those hands. Evan Ingram has none. So
I feel
if you Google Evan Ingram the myth, I believe an article by me is the first thing that comes up. I swear.
Does that get a lot of Google
Hey,
searches?
guys, we have a double proposal. Don't tell my girlfriend, but yes, Dave, let's make it happen. Wow,
so you'll
two
be
in one
Toronto
show.
Simon now.
Just unbelievable. No, I think I'll be Simon Dave. I think Dave
Simon
is the last
Dave.
name, right?
Toronto.
Evan Ingram and
Dave
Grimace
and
are getting
Simon
married
Dave.
too. So that's 3.
Evan Grimace. Bingo.
Evan Grimace. There we go. We got there. Guys, that's going to be it for us today. If you're not sick of us yet, come hang out with me, Jalen, and Tim at 6 p.m. Eastern time over on the FanDuel YouTube and Twitch channels. We're going to be playing Coop's favorite game, Pool Perception. So make sure you come hang out with us then. Until 6 p.m., though, we are out of here. Adios, everybody.
Thank you.
Fantasy fun.
Woo.